As you make yourself comfortable and begin to relax, whether you're listening in your favorite chair or simply finding a moment to pause, there's some part of you that might be curious how easily the mind can wander, the way a gentle breeze can stir the leaves just outside your window. And as you allow your attention to drift inwards, just for a bit, you might notice the weight of your body settling, a sense of quiet anticipation softly gathering in the air around you. And isn't it interesting how change sometimes begins with a simple, comfortable breath, as though somewhere in the background the day's noises naturally start to fade, until only what's soothing and safe remains. And perhaps you can notice a gentle curiosity growing, like the way a sunbeam slowly explores the edges of a quiet room. The light moves at its own pace, touching corners, discovering hidden comforts. And you can imagine, if you like, that sunbeam weaving through a cozy space, sometimes pausing at a patch of warmth, sometimes gliding smoothly across the floor, inviting everything it touches to relax just a little more. And with each breath, perhaps you find yourself following that sunlight, feeling its warmth inviting you even deeper into that gentle glow, as though you could drift with it, settling further into this easy moment. And it's funny how a sunbeam can find its way into places that once seemed shadowed, lighting up forgotten corners, softly revealing what's always been there, yet seen in a different light now. And in one of those corners, maybe there's the shape of an old story, a story that the mind once told itself about what's safe and what's not. And sometimes, when we look from a distance, we notice the way sunlight transforms the familiar, how even the image of a quiet creature, like a small cat curled in comfort, can appear softer under a new kind of light. There's a natural intention woven into these moments, a gentle reminder that you have the power to choose how close you come to that warmth, that safety isn't a fixed boundary, but a feeling that can expand or settle, just like the sunlight spreading further with each passing moment. And suppose, just for a moment, that once upon a time a younger part of you decided it was safer to keep a distance from certain things, teaching the body to react just in case. And yet, as you become aware of different possibilities now, You can notice how with each sweep of the sunbeam, the shadows shift. The room feels less divided. What seemed threatening starts to reveal its edges as ordinary, maybe even gentle. You could allow curiosity to outshine hesitation, remembering that the mind has a talent for rewriting old scripts, line by line. And as this room fills with light, you might imagine another story, a time you felt comfortable, maybe with something else you once feared, but now barely notice. What made the difference wasn't forcing the change, but rather letting comfort grow slowly, until one day you realized the old story had simply faded, replaced by a more flexible sense of ease. And in that same way, you're invited to notice what feels safe today, acknowledging with each breath the body's wisdom in updating its messages at its own pace. That's how your feelings can adjust naturally, without needing to convince yourself, but instead noticing how the world subtly shifts as you discover new capacities within yourself. And you might even picture yourself stepping closer to one of those sunlit corners, perhaps the one where a peaceful whiskered presence simply rests, a cat basking without a care, belonging effortlessly to its environment. There's no need for anything to happen right away. Just notice what it's like to observe comfort from this distance, knowing that you choose how and when to move closer, whether now or a little later, or just in your imagination. And as you do, the sunlight demonstrates how gentle persistence can soften old edges, turning unknowns into something illuminated, manageable, quietly interesting. And the mind responds, as it always has, to the new evidence of safety, revising outdated warnings, bringing fresh options to light. And as you imagine that warmth traveling with you, you may realize it's possible for comfort to accompany you, even in new situations. And whenever you need it, that sunbeam can find you and remind you of the choice to notice not just what you once felt, but also what's possible right now. And you can notice now how the feeling of your body returns, your feet against the floor, your breath moving in and out, the sounds in the environment growing clearer again. It's as if the sunlight has gently receded, leaving behind a gentle warmth that lingers on your skin. And as you bring yourself fully back to the room, opening your eyes when you're ready, there's a sense of returning with something new, an awareness that you can draw on comfort and clarity, not only here, but at any time you choose. And you begin to sense energy flowing back into your limbs, your mind clear, and the world ready and waiting with new perspectives. And in the days ahead, you may notice the old nervousness easing just a bit each time you encounter the image or presence of a cat. It is natural to allow comfort and curiosity to take root in those moments, discovering that you can navigate those experiences differently, one gentle, sunlit step at a time. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. Remember, every journey of change starts with a single, curious step. And until next time, goodbye and good mental health.